welcome back to Pancakes and Pandemonium. So if you're new here, I'm Sarah. If any of you, whether you're a regular viewer or you've come across my video, I want to let you know right up front that I'm going to be talking about mental health issues. I also want to give heads up that I am not going to tolerate any rude or hateful comments, which I've never really had on my channel. Mental health can bring out different things, and just know you'll be deleted and blocked. I am a mama bear, and I am a mom that has dealt with a lot in her own right, and everybody is doing their best over here. So I want to get that out of the way here and now. But like I said, so far the audience that I have grown has been really supportive and sweet, so I don't anticipate it, but I have seen stuff on other channels that I follow, and you never know what YouTube is going to push out there or what's going to attract people in. So I just wanted to, blanket statement, put it out there. So things have been interesting for a little bit, and yes, like my health always plays a part in it. And when it comes to my health, once I can feel fatigue is setting in, I always have it set to where I'll prioritize my family first. So, if I only have a little bit to give, I automatically power down so that reserve is saved for my family. I want to disclose that up front because yes, it's a struggle, but only in very few instances when I have been really, really sick have I ever been peace out, guys. I'm going to bed. Generally, everything else gets pushed by the wayside so that what little energy I have left, I can focus on all of these people, and that's just how it is. That's why I've never worked outside of the home, because these guys were top priority, and some of the experiences we had early on when I tried to work, it wasn't worth it to me. We had a babysitter early on when I went back to work that hit Ryan when he couldn't communicate. We had some really crazy examples, and all roads pointed to being a stay-at-home mom. I just never felt like I could trust anyone with my kids. And do I think I'm perfect? No, not by a long shot, but we all did the best we can. So all of my kids have struggled in the last year, really struggled. And we've just made a lot of allowances for them, knowing that, first of all, COVID sucked. And, I have not gone in a ton of what happened. And I don't know how much of it will, because now is certainly not the time. However, there was a lot of hurt and a lot of really horrible, awful things said and put on my family when we left Lance's dad's. And not by his parents, by Lance's siblings. So my kids essentially, they don't know everything that happened. We don't sit down and be like, okay, here's what happened. I know that they know something happened with their aunts and uncles, especially as quickly as we left. I know that they have really dealt with this feeling of loss and grief. It was hard, and they feel betrayed, and they feel hurt, and they don't understand how nobody could understand what situation they were in and how nobody could care. I mean, just the hell we were put through. I will tell you, I've always tried to have an attitude of gratitude. Bad things will happen, God intervenes. And that's truly been my testimony. God will work the hard times for his, I know that. And I believe that with my whole heart. And I've seen it happen time and time again. Okay, that being said, these kids have been through a lot. And as much as we've tried to shelter them, we haven't been able to completely shelter them from everything. And let me tell you, we have tried. I don't want my kids seeing the bad in people or feeling the effects of the bad in people. But they've dealt with a lot, and then they had COVID, and the sicknesses that follow COVID because your immune system had been weakened are so frustrating because you're just so tired of being sick. If you have chronic pain or an autoimmune illness and you've had COVID, you know, you are so susceptible to flares and illness and all of those things. Okay, so you take a teenager or a kid with autism or any type of disability, and you take COVID, which it really kind of preys on your weaknesses. And oh my gosh, it is horrible. And so, you know, we've dealt with, you know, meltdowns. The littles want to sleep with us more, but you know, our kids have struggled, and we have a kiddo right now who is just really struggling. And while all of my kids are comfortable to some degree with us telling you, oh, we have this going on, they don't always want to be named. So respecting privacy. And there's been a few instances where they've been like, hey, don't put this on YouTube, and I haven't. But we have a kid that's really struggling right now, and my heart is just breaking. This kid is so sensitive and so tender and just so precious and so sweet. And to see their pain as a mom is just heartbreaking. I'm so proud of them for coming to me and telling me they were hurting and being honest. But we had to shift things and put things on the back burner. It made the video that we were filming, it made it the day longer yesterday. And you know what, that is part of being a mom vlogger. You know, things don't run on a perfect schedule because you're a mom. Kids come first, and kids have needs, and we are a home of special needs, so we have more instances. But guys, my heart is just broken for this kid. I just want to take everything I have and wrap them just in a cocoon and protect them. And I want to just jump on every factor that has contributed to the hurt, and I want to handle it. Like, I am a mama bear by nature, and I want to handle it. I want to let people know what I think of them, what I think of their actions, and it's just not the way. Instead, I'm just beating myself up over and over and over again for like every failing along the way. And you know, I don't know how to make it better. I know there are steps, and I know there are right steps. We immediately set up care. This kid immediately went to the doctor today, and there will be many more doctor's appointments to follow. You know, that is what we can do. That is what we control. They immediately put together a short-term treatment plan, and then in a few days we'll have an appointment with who will be their long-term therapist, and then we will have a long-term treatment, and we will involve their pediatrician and all of those things. So, you know, I know that we're not perfect beings, and I know that we are incapable of handling everything to perfection. And it sucks, because in times like this, I want to be perfect. I want to be perfect enough to prevent this. And if I can't be perfect enough to prevent it, I want assurance I will be perfect enough to fix it. And I'm not. Hopefully I'm enough to do enough. And it sucks, you guys. It really sucks. It sucks that I couldn't shelter any of them from any of this storm. So forgive me, you guys. This is going up today, instead of the video we filmed yesterday, which it's ready to go. But I believe so strongly in mental health advocating, and I believe so strongly in sharing, because if there is just one other mom out there who is seeing this and trying to figure it out, and you feel lonely, if this reaches you and you know you are not alone in this, there are more of us going through this, then I did something good, because we have to quit making mental health struggles this big hush hush shh thing, because that's what keeps people from getting help. It keeps people from moving forward. When people feel shame surrounded by mental health struggles, we create trauma, or worse trauma, and that's unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. Nobody deserves to feel alone. So it's okay. It's okay to get help, and it's okay to talk about it openly, or as much as you're comfortable talking about it. And you need to know it's okay to get help. Don't wait, and don't feel like you've done anything wrong, and don't feel like you've failed, and know that all of those feelings are normal, and know that other parents feel the same, and it's eating at all of us. But ultimately, we are all subject to humanity. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to be serious here, and my dog's begging for attention. But seriously, you haven't failed because your kid needs help. You have to, but ultimately just know you are not alone. You are not alone in how you are feeling. You are not alone in your situation. There's a lot of us going through it. There's a lot of us wishing. There's a lot of us hoping. You're not alone. Your kids are not alone. We can do this together. We're gonna get through this. Yeah. Our babies are gonna get through this. We're gonna do this. So I hope this reaches you somehow and touches you and empowers you to know someone else is in the same boat. But speaking of momming, I've got kids I gotta go feed and things to take care of around here. So thanks for hanging out with me for a minute. Thanks for listening. I love you. I'll see you soon.